if you have Facebook, if you have Twitter, if you have Instagram, you are bound to see nothing but Hurricane Dorian. Right now, I do want to show you some video. As you can see, this is coming from the National Weather Service in Wilmington, and this is video of a tornado passing near Pender County Fire Station 18. Just incredible. You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I don't think you're gonna care for this video so much. Okay, so again, this is actually coming from CBS News affiliate WBTV out in Charlotte. Now, the reporter Paige Peroso, she actually gained an exclusive interview. As you can see, it's with the man who just went swimming in the ocean during a Category 3 hurricane. We just heard from our very own Jessica Winters, and she also had a first look, an exclusive actually, at a store called Scotts Hill Market that's in Pender County as well, taking a look at the destruction there. So again, we are keeping our eyes on Hurricane Dorian on the ground with our live crews in the field as well as online. Hello Facebook, I'm WFMY News 2's Kandace Red, live in Winston-Salem where police are investigating a deadly shooting. I want to give you a look at the scene right now. As you can see, crime scene tape is up. Construction crews are working to remove the Confederate monument that has been standing in this exact location for more than 100 years. Police say someone found a body simply lying in the parking lot and called 911. When fire crews arrived, flames were shooting from the side of the house. I'm told that it took crews about 30 minutes to put the fire out. Good morning, Facebook. I'm WFMY News 2's Kandace Red, coming to you live at the High Point Police Department, and unfortunately there is sad news to report. Officers have been busy overnight investigating a deadly shooting. It happened last night at 10:30, and it was at a house on Thessel Street near Commerce Avenue. Now, police say that it was neighbors who dialed 911, several neighbors actually, to give them a report about hearing loud gunshots fired in that area. Now, when police arrived, they found two victims, and one of them a pregnant 18-year-old. WFMY News 2, we have been here at the scene all morning long to bring you the latest information. This after a KFC exploded. Take a look at the mess right behind me. We know that this happened around 12:45 early this morning. It's on North Van Buren Road in Eden. Now, when fire crews arrived, they spotted a small fire and smoke coming from the destroyed building.
Let go of me! Let go of me! I got it. He's behind me!
Is Mr. Harvey indeed the man that police were looking for?
The answer is no. He is not the suspect in that case.
Do you as the chief believe that officers pretty much so responded and acted in a fair and professional manner?
That's what the investigation is going to yield. This press conference is about opening the doors and sharing with people whatever happened in that event.
Do you believe that we'll be standing here today and that the Burlington Police Department will be as transparent if the video was not on social media?
No, I don't think I would hold a press conference.
What's the message that you want to deliver to people of color?
My message is come learn more about your police department.
Hi Facebook, this is Kandace reporting live in Winston-Salem for you, and as you can see, it is snowing, so that's great for those who love the snow, right? It's definitely a snow day for the kids. There's no school for the Winston-Salem Forsyth County schools, and go ahead and take a look. This is right over here, Business 40. We're actually on Broad Street, so just giving you a look so you can see exactly what the roads are like out here. So far, so good. As I said earlier in the show, there seems to be more so of that wet snow. It doesn't seem to be sticking to the ground just yet. Good morning, Facebook. I'm WFMY News 2's Kandace Red reporting live from Ruffin. I'm actually right on US 29 Business. No injuries reported here at this house because no one lived there. Giving you a look over here as well at another down tree and just pretty much so large pieces of mangled metal. And this is pretty much so what the scene looks like out here. So it's going to be a lot of cleaning up for a lot of people. Here is an example of what you should never do on the road. Now, police say a man was live streaming himself while driving, get this, over 100 miles per hour in a 55 miles per hour zone. And this all happened Saturday on Interstate 95 in Groton City, Connecticut. I do want to go ahead and get to some of your social comments here. So taking a quick look, we'll see that Nancy basically says that he knew that the car couldn't take that curve. Another comment here coming in from Angela. Someone like this will never slow down until they get killed or kill someone.
Your normal polling place will be open except for a very few number of exceptions. The polls open at 6:30 in the morning and close at 7:30. This is not at 7:30 p.m. and this is not like early voting where you can go anywhere you want. You do have to go to your assigned polling place. You're going to go up to the check-in officials and they're going to ask you for your name and where you live, and then you'll sign some documentation. You're going to get your election souvenir pen that you get to keep through the entire process. You're then going to take that and go over to a table where you're going to get your ballot. They will hand you an actual paper ballot, and then you're going to take that paper ballot, take it to a booth, bubble in the ovals for the candidates you want to choose, then you're going to walk it into the big ballot tabulator. And you're going to insert your ballot where it's going to read your ballot. It's going to say thank you for voting. It's going to drop into the locked bin and you're done. They can do curbside voting. Curbside will allow them to vote from their car and we can bring a ballot out. Those are people that due to age or physical disability cannot enter the polling place. They'll sign an affidavit that says that and we'll start the curbside ballot process. We're going to promote social distancing. Our workers are going to be wearing masks, with face shields, gloves. Voters are encouraged to wear masks, and if they don't have one, we'll have plenty of available. And we're going to be sanitizing surfaces. Every surface that a voter encounters, we're going to be sanitizing. We really don't know. We've had so many vote early, more than we've ever had vote early before. We've had so many vote by mail, really more than we've ever had before. We'll have over 50,000 people vote by mail. I don't know what election day is going to look like. When we go into election day, we'll be close to what we had done in all of 2016. Votes do matter. We're putting a ton of resources. We're working so hard as a staff and with all our precinct officials to do this, and we do it because it matters. We just had 25 early voting sites open for 17 days. We've invested a lot in making it so voters can vote by mail. Election day is the final cap on this. There is a lot riding on this election.
A section of Business 40 between Peters Creek Parkway and US 52 is set to close on November 17th for a major facelift. The closure is slated to last up to 2 years.
It's old and it's worn out and it doesn't meet today's standards.
The 1.2-mile section of Business 40 through downtown Winston-Salem opened back in 1958. It was the first stretch of I-40 built in North Carolina. The portion being rebuilt contains 11 bridges, 2 full interchanges, and 4 partial interchanges. DOT will replace existing pavement, modernize ramps, and replace aging bridges. They'll also increase the speed limit to 55 miles per hour and rename all of Business 40 Salem Parkway. DOT says the project is a huge undertaking, costing nearly $100 million.
It will be a much more beautiful entranceway for people coming into Winston-Salem. And that in itself will tell folks that Winston-Salem is truly an innovative city.
But the 80,000 drivers who travel back and forth on Business 40 every day will pay the ultimate price.
For drivers, the biggest challenge is going to be patience.
DOT encourages drivers to plan an additional 30-minute drive time in the morning and afternoon to fight traffic pains. The agency also has 3 detours for drivers to follow.
They will be diverted over to I-40. They will also be diverted if they're going into town to Peters Creek Parkway and US 52.
And DOT officials say there is another option.
If you don't want to drive, take part. Take WISTA. Let someone else do the driving for you.
Welcome home, Major Pegues. surprised. I just have a whirlwind of emotions going through me right now. And I'm just glad to be back home finally. I work with public relations, basically telling the Army story and put it out there to the target audience to let them know what our soldiers do as well.
If I could have fainted, I would have. But I have to be a strong grandma. My birthday is Tuesday, so this is the best birthday surprise that I've ever had.
And how are you feeling?
There's a lot of emotions going on. I just told my friends at lunch that what if it was my mom and it actually came true, so.
Welcome back to the Good Morning Show. The time is 5:29. I'm Kandace with meteorologist Taran Kirksey. And Taran, everyone wants to know, how's the weather?
Yeah, it is pretty nice out there right now.
This man lost his mother-in-law to coronavirus. Well, COVID-19 has killed more than 1,000 people in North Carolina so far. The overwhelming majority over the age of 75. Well, more than half of the deaths happened in nursing homes. Well, the state recently released more reports of outbreaks in nursing homes. A Greensboro facility saw a huge spike. Well, Maple Grove Health and Rehab Center reported 46 new cases. They listed 11 earlier this week. 12 people have died at the facility. Their case total now up to 57. Well, 49 are residents and 8 are employees. Well, check this out. Downtown Greensboro is becoming a memorial site to honor the life of George Floyd. He died after a police officer in Minneapolis pressed his knee on his neck for several minutes. As WFMY News 2's Ben Smart reports, artists are painting murals in the Center City to protest against police brutality. Well, the time is 5:17. Welcome back to the Good Morning Show. And right now, you're getting a bird's eye view of the beautiful city of Greensboro. Well, now let's go ahead and take a quick look at some health news. Well, COVID-19 is impacting pregnant women of color more than their white counterparts. Well, that's according to a new study in the UK. Researchers looked at pregnant women hospitalized for the coronavirus. Of the more than 400 included in the report, 56% were from Black or other ethnic minority groups. Well, most had good outcomes. The transmission of COVID-19 to infants was uncommon. Well, let's talk about the latest unemployment numbers. Well, millions of people are struggling to file for benefits. In fact, 1.5 million Americans filed for unemployment benefits last week, and layoffs remain at a historic high. But more states are starting to see a downward trend.
The good news is that
well, as you can see, I'm all smiles because it's time to shine a bright light on our To the Rescue pet. Well, this beauty is Priscilla, and she's 3 years old with a loving personality. She warms up to anyone immediately, and Priscilla really is the whole package. Not only does she love people, but you know what? She also gets along with other cats.
In the 60s and low 70s.
Well, Taran, I'm going to be honest, I love the weather, but I'm not too excited when it comes to the possibility of scattered thunderstorms or showers.
Oh yeah, definitely we'll try to avoid the rain as much as we can this weekend.
That's what I like to hear. Well, CBS This Morning is coming up next at the 7 a.m. hour, but before we go, we want to take a look back on the week. I also got these cool sunglasses.
I see you have your shades off now, Kandace. Tag included.
I'm sorry, Tracy. That was hilarious.